Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, for sure. Just put your question down in the chat. I'm just getting set up here, so it'll just be 1 second. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming to every single one. I think you've been the only one that's been here for all of them, so I do thank you for being so supportive for the lives as well. Yeah, for sure. So if you guys just want to write down your question in the live, then I'll just put up a list, but I'm just still getting a little bit set up here. Of course, Gloria. Just drop your question down below. I'm just writing the list here now. Nope, you would be number 4. All right, so we've just got the list there now. So if you want to just drop your question in the chat, that way it makes it a little bit easier overall. And if you want to give the video a like, that would be fantastic too. So we'll get started for our first question here. Emma, you want to know if he'll be reaching out soon. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Emperor card. So yes, it does look like he is going to reach out. However, it might not be in the way that you're looking for him to reach out. The Ace of Wands is coming forward as a more passionate card, so it could be that he's feeling a little bit passionate and would like to reach out in that way, but he's not looking to work on anything or really put in the effort right now for anything more than something that is kind of flirtatious. The Emperor in the reverse as well is somebody who likes to have things their own way. So it does look like he's going to reach out for something that is more like lighthearted, flirty, kind of passion sense over than trying to like fix the situation or anything of that. He looks like he's more so wanting to have things his way at the moment, and not really put in more effort than it is to kind of get things off the ground kind of spark wise. The bottom of the deck, we also have the World in the reverse there, which means cycles need to be closed out between the two of you. And I would say this Emperor in the reverse energy is a really big cycle that needs to be closed out, not allowing somebody to just kind of do things the way that they want to as well. But I would say, yes, it does look like he's going to reach out for at least something that is filled with a little bit of passion, or try to reach out in some sort of like flirty manner. I wouldn't say this is soon, though. This is not going to be in a couple of days. You have two major arcanas, the longest suit of the deck, and then the weeks card. So I do think that this is going to be something that's later rather than something that is, say, tomorrow or sometime next week. All right, so I hope that answers your question. No worries. Thank you so much for coming to the live. All right, so our next question, Purple Girl, you want to know if your divine masculine is seeing somebody else. Let's check that out. So we have a Judgment, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So I would take this as a no. I don't think he's seeing somebody else. I think this is more so a restful period for him to find the things that are beneficial to himself. You have single member cards when it comes to like getting the things you want or doing something. But then the Judgment card says really just seeing the signs that the universe is trying to be presented towards you. So I do think that there is an angle here that he's trying to find things that are making him overall happy, and trying to find things in life that don't really stress him out a little bit too much or put a little bit too much weight on his life. And I think the universe has been trying to show you that he's been navigating things and trying to find things out. But I don't think that this wish fulfillment that he's looking for is elsewhere. You just have single cards here. So I don't think that he's seeing somebody else. I think he's just been trying to spend time to really put the effort into finding things that make him happy, and finding things that make him feel relaxed. Even on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, which means not offering anything. It's just a stop of an offer. So not really wanting to offer anything either. So I would say no, it doesn't look like he is trying to go after anybody else or seeing anybody else at this time. But I would say pay attention to the signs of the universe. It looks like the universe has been trying to show you things. This could even be him trying to listen more to the universe over anything else to find himself, that energy of like doing things that actually benefit him at the end of the day or like make him feel a little bit happier. So I would say no. So I hope that answers your question. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. All right, so we have Gloria. So Gloria, it is only one question. So do you want to know their feelings or their next actions? Next actions for sure. So I like this progression here. We start off the 3, the 4, then we go to the 6. So it does look like they are waiting to bring forward some type of success here in this connection. So I would say there's not really the action of coming forward just as of yet, but it does look like they're waiting for the opportunity in order to come forward here and close out this distance and this feeling of things being unfinished. They do want to go slowly though with this connection here, and they feel though that they're more confident with it to go forward. So I would say they're waiting for the time to be able to come forward, but they're quite cautious. So think of this as the way of somebody who is going to like jump into the jump rope, and they're waiting for that right swing to jump in. That's kind of this energy that they are moving forward right now. So they are waiting for that moment to be able to come forward. I don't see an offer just as of yet, so I don't know exactly what they're offering you, though it is a lot of wands here, so I would say a lot of passion, first of all. But it does look like they're waiting for that moment to try to close the cycles between the two of you and close that distance in order to come forward. So I would say that's their next move. Even the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine timing. So they're waiting for that right timing yet. So they don't quite have any actions, but they're quite confident in moving forward. They're just waiting for that opportunity to do so. So no actions just as of yet. They're probably deciding to, this energy here with this 3 of Wands is deciding on like coming forward, bringing that wish fulfillment there as well. So I like this though over the 2 of Swords or anything like that, because that's contemplating the action itself. This is more so waiting just to come forward. So they already know they're coming forward. They're just waiting on that perfect time to, and they feel quite confident about it as well. So I would say just wait here in divine timing. This person is coming forward towards you, looking for success and to close the distance between this connection. Though they're going to be very cautious. They're not somebody who is going to jump the gun with this one. They're being very cautious about how they're moving forward and how they're going about this connection. So I hope that answers your question. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. So yes, you can be added onto the list. Just be sure to give the video a like. All right, so our next question that we have, should you give up on your person? Fantastic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I would say no. I don't necessarily think that it would be good for you to give up on your person. There is a lot of regret in the option. So this is choosing between path A and path B. And if you were to choose the path A, say the path A is giving up on your person, it is going to be a very regretful action to be taken. So the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse is the regret. The universe is asking you to trust your intuition on this timing of this connection and how things are coming along, perhaps with an apology or with a new offer from this person. It does look like it's going to require a little bit more effort, a little bit more, I don't want to use the word defense, but more so like standing up for yourself within this as well. Like have a little bit of a backbone within this connection. But I do think that if you were to give up on it entirely just because of how slow they're coming forward towards you or just the lack of offer currently, it is going to be something that you are going to regret overall in choosing that option. You also have the Six of Cups in the reverse underneath that Seven of Wands. So based off of past things that have happened in this connection, stand up for yourself when it comes to those conditions again. Don't allow this connection to kind of revert back into those cycles, and look at the past as a way of how you can stand up for yourself in the future, and how you don't want things or you do want things to be repeated. But I would say, just based off the fact of this person not coming forward in the time frame or in the way that you would like them to, just giving up on them now is going to be something that you're going to find yourself to regret in the future. So I would say hold on just a little bit longer, give them some time here. With this Wheel of Fortune says a divine timing card, so just give them a little bit more time here and trust your intuition. I feel like your gut feeling is telling you that, you know, just give them a little bit more time here, but do stand up for yourself. Don't just lie down to it. But I do think that, especially with it being the first card of the Two of Pentacles, it is going to be something that you would regret later on, of kind of giving up on this person right now. Right? So I hope that that helps. Alright, so you want to know if the two of you will be able to see each other within the next 2 weeks. Let's check that out. So you have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, the Six of Cups in the reverse, and the Hierophant in the reverse. So I would say no, it does not look like the two of you will be able to see each other within the next 2 weeks. However, I don't think that it is something that... like, I do feel that this person wants to see you. I just feel like there's something that's kind of held back, or like there's a little bit of complication or prior commitment that is holding this person from being able to come forward. So say they like get called into work or something like that, that's holding them back, that they've made a commitment to before, that would kind of stop the two of you from coming together. Because even on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Cups here, which is saying they want to come forward. And the Ace of Cups here as well is saying that they want to come forward but unable to do so. So I would say that this person has no restrictions, like emotionally wanting to come forward and see you. However, I do feel like there's some type of prior commitment, some type of work or something like that, that is going to stop this person from being able to meet up with you within the next 2 weeks here. There is, though, again, this Two of Pentacles here in the reverse, that regrets of not being able to do so. So it's like they say they need the extra money, so they pick up that shift instead. But it's the regret of the option. So they would like to see you, but, you know, they chose something else to do instead. They just don't have the ability to come forward in this time. But with that Devil in the reverse, that's just saying that don't obsess over it, don't be fearful of it. There's still this connection here that's holding the two of you, this past kind of emotions, or even if you haven't been together in the past, the ability to kind of connect spiritually is holding the two of you together, and that's why this person wants to come forward here as well. But the fact of this, you know, unable to commit card, regret, you know, unable to be able to come forward with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I would say it does not look like the two of you would be able to meet up within the next 2 weeks, but they do want to come forward overall with an offer. So at least take that. It might not be 2 weeks, it might be 3 weeks. It might be that type of energy. It might be within a month, as you do have a lot of cups energy here. Further energy, you have 2 major arcanas, a lot of cups, which goes into the months, and then you also have pentacles, which can go further than that. So I would say 2 weeks is a little too short, but I wouldn't doubt it that it would be a little bit longer than that, and the two of you will meet up, especially because the overall energy here is that wanting to be able to come forward and meet up. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I would say it comes forward eventually, just not within the next 2 weeks. All right, so I hope that helps. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. Hi, Amy. So we are now on the paid readings because we have done all 5 readings today for the free reading. So if you would like a reading, it is $5. The link for PayPal, I'm just posting it now, but if you do want a reading, it will have to be the $5 now because our free readings list has already been done. I am also having a sale on the website right now. If you do want a personal reading and get the message from your person cards, which are these ones here, you can get 3 to 5 messages there. A little bit of like an oracle card. You can get those for half off if you get a personal reading and you use the code message50. So I'm just going to put that in the chat there as well if anybody would like to get that offer while this weekend is still on. So it's available just until tomorrow evening. All right, so let's do a general reading for the message from your person cards. We'll see what comes up for the collective. All right, so our 3 cards that we have is Don't Let Go, Is It Too Late, and Together We Can Grow Old. So this person is feeling a regret in some form. I feel like they're seeing you from a distance. As the bottom of the deck, we have the I See You Glowing card, which is kind of like the Page of Swords in the energy that they're watching you from afar. And they're seeing the progress that you're making yourself, and they're seeing the uplifting nature that's surrounding you right now. And they want to know if it's too late. Something that they've done or something that's happened of this connection is making them feel the regret, like perhaps they missed out on the opportunity. They don't want to let go, and they don't want you to let go either. There is this energy that they would like to grow old with you and have that type of connection that is able to withstand the time as well. But they're feeling like perhaps it is a little bit too late for them to come forward or for them to fix the situation here. And so that's kind of why they're left looking at things from afar, is because they have that feeling that they missed their opportunity to be able to come forward, and they're not quite sure what to do now because all they can do is wish they could grow old with you because they feel like perhaps it's a little bit too late. Splitting the deck, we have I Know I'm a Mess. So, it was most likely something that they've done with this. If they say that they know they're a mess and they're wondering if it's too late, it's something that they've acknowledged it now and they're looking to fix it. I don't necessarily think this person has it all together. I still think that there is still issues that they're working through, but they do want to have the ability to grow old within this connection. And even this I See You Glowing card is like the looking from a sign card too, especially when it's paired with the Is It Too Late. It's that energy of like they're looking for a sign to know that it's not too late within this connection, so that you're still interested in you're interested in it as well, to know that they haven't messed up entirely, that it is completely over. There's no chances for them here either. So I think this is really nice. Somebody looking for that kind of that hand and through the darkness, a little bit of light for this connection, that there's still this opportunity here. There's still this possibility to come forward and they didn't mess it up too much to the point where it's unsalvageable. Yeah, let's grab some tarot cards here as well. So let's see the next actions of this person. If they are feeling like perhaps it's a little bit too late and they're not quite sure where to go forward from here, what would be their next actions that they would take? So we have the Hierophant looking for long-term commitment, looking for stability. If they weren't stable before, they are definitely looking for it now. So we have the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So this person really would like to come forward with a love offer, but either they have some type of family dispute that's going on, or the overall stability that's around them is kind of lacking. And that might even be the I know I'm a mess type energy here, is that the overall stability that they have around themselves, or the responsibilities that are around them, are a little bit too much and a little bit unorganized for them to be able to come forward. There is a lot of chemistry and perhaps even a past life connection that's going on here with this Six of Cups. That is the energy of wanting to connect, having this type of memories with you, this a little bit of nostalgia. But with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, this is this energy of somebody who cannot come forward just as of yet. They would like to come forward. This is the bringer of manifestations, somebody who, the original picture is them looking in the cup, of like seeing the manifestation and bringing it forward to life, and kind of the what's that called? I'm trying to think of the Cinderella, the fairy godmother, like trying to bring that wish forward. And so they would like to bring all that they can towards you and bring that wish forward. But there is this thing stopping them. And I feel like it's this entire stability, whether it's surrounding them in their work or in their family, something that's larger than them that's holding them back from creating this stability in their life. And even the bottom of the deck we have is this fear here as well. This Devil card, which can be some earth sign energy of Capricorn, though we do have the Hierophant there, which is Taurus. But this overall energy of fear, this might even be fear of the overall stability of this connection, of if they decide to commit to it and have this family-like energy, is it going to fall apart even if they do bring forward this manifestation or this romance and this offer? Is it going to be something that is able to withstand this fear and hold on to these memories and move forward, or is it something that is going to collapse and really lack that stability overall? So I think just the fact of stability is something that this person really holds on to, and is something that is going to affect them overall and their ability to come forward here and offer any type of love, or what it is that they've been manifesting and you've been manifesting overall. Because there is this energy here too, the Three of Wands. There is this overall energy of kind of waiting for that manifestation, and this might be you or them. But I do feel that overall the two of you have been really wanting to come together here, and the fact that this Hierophant is the first card is signifying that stability and that want for a long-term relationship. There just might be a little bit of fear around that fact of stability that's holding this person back from coming forward. But I want to get a card on here to see what would bring this person forward. So this person is going to come forward when again they find the hope and stability. Right now they feel like they have to kind of control things overall within their life and might not find that own stability within themselves, and they need to heal and find that hope for the overall stability of themselves and this connection here as well. So that devil in the upright position and the emperor in the reverse, that's some real control energy, needing to control over their life and needing to control just themselves as well and how things are going around in their overall stability. So once this person is able to heal and find that stability and that energy of being able to trust in their life, then that's when they are going to come forward and see the stability of this overall connection and the possibilities between the two of you to have this Hierophant long-term commitment type energy here and be able to bring forward this energy of manifestations and love. So I think that's really interesting here. This person does have a lot of issues when it comes to control and stability in their life. The two of you might have a little bit of miscommunications or a lack of communication at this moment, but with the, I'll just show all these. The bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups, Eight of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups. Miscommunication when it comes to getting back together. This person does really want to get back together and feels this energy of wish fulfillment and manifestations here with this Nine of Cups. And this is my card of reconciliation. So they might not be able to communicate right now that their wish would be to come back together and get back together, or there might just be this lack of communication around the two of you, but it does look like there will be a reconciliation here as well. So I wouldn't worry too much because not only did they want to bring out the Knight of Wands or Knight of Cups, but they also brought out the Nine of Cups as well, which is that energy of wish fulfillment and being very satisfied where you are in life. Hello. I'm very glad that you were able to find clarity within that, Emma. Did you have a question? Oh. Okay, so I just changed it up for this one. We're just going to do the free readings today, just because I know that some people were able to get a little bit of a jump on the gun over others. So if you want to just put your question in the comment section, we can go right ahead for that. For sure, we can check that out. So when the moon or the sun comes up in my reading, it's an automatic answer. So the sun would be a yes and the moon would be a no. And so the moon is present within your reading. So I would say no, it does not look like R has done any type of tarot readings on you. There is this want, though, to be able to spark up some energy between the two of you and spark up some passion with this Ace of Wands. But overall, I would say no, it does not look like R has done it. Maybe they've wanted to, but they have yet to truly come forward and do the readings on you. So I hope that answers your question. These two cards have dropped from the deck here, and so I would say there's a strong bond between the two of you here. If you are not an air sign, I would say this is probably not the best energy to be in around this person, the King of Swords. It is an energy of being a little bit too stoic or being a little bit too closed off. And if you two are having such a connection where there's this energy that's kind of emotionally tied between the two of you, it might not be the best to be in this stoic energy. Yeah, it is just one question. I would say, though, that the two of you have like they're coming up as a Queen of Cups in the reverse, so they're overthinking a little bit emotionally, versus you seem to be a little bit more in your nature of the Swords energy here, air sign energy. But when somebody is over emotional about the situation and there's a strong tie between the two of you, coming up, even if it is in your sign as a King of Swords, might be a little bit too cold compared to this person who is very much in their emotions and thinking over emotionally about the situation here. So I'd say maybe approach this at a different angle, because there's a lot of emotion here between the two of you. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. How did I learn tarot? So I actually just kind of took my time a little bit, step by step. I also just focused on doing one type of tarot at a time. So instead of trying to focus on learning for the different values for, say, career or for life in general, I just focused on just love in general, because that's why I found that I was able to connect with the most people. So just one second here. Hi T and Sydney. Did you guys have any questions today? And have you liked the video yet? I'm just uploading here on TikTok so that people know that we are live. Fantastic. If you guys want to just drop your question below, as soon as I'm done uploading this video, I can do your question for you. Okay, so for learning tarot, what you're going to want to do is you're going to start off very, very small. You're not going to go into big spreads. Some people say do like, 5 card spreads that have certain meanings for each position. I found those to be a little bit too difficult, especially when you're looking up what the different meanings are for each card, and then you have to relate them to the position. So I would say, just focus on doing one card and pull one card for the day. So you've pulled the card in the morning and you get the 9 of wands in the reverse. Now this can mean certain things for how the day goes, but I want you to pull the card in the morning and then watch how the day goes and see if there's anything that really stands out to you that day. So the 9 of wands in the reverse can either mean that you're opening up doors for yourself and being a little bit less restrictive, but it could also mean the quite, 180 of going too far in that direction, and it means that you are being a little bit of a pushover. So watch and see that in that day, did something happen where maybe lessened your anxiety and were able to do something a little bit more for yourself, or did you find yourself being a little bit too much of a pushover for that day and things didn't really go in the best favor for you because you didn't really stand up for yourself? So that's how I would say to learn. And then, for the next day, or not literally the next day, but the next time that you feel comfortable with how that day went with that particular card, pull 2 cards and then find, okay, this is the type of meaning. It's also helpful if you pull one type of word for card. So this one could mean openness or less restrictive. This one I would use hesitancy. The 4 of Wands in the reverse, for me, is like paving the cracks on the sidewalk before you walk away from it. And that's type of energy that I always say with this card, is it's moving forward. You're still moving forward down the sidewalk, but you're making sure that those cracks are still paved. You're not really being kind of that full energy of just jumping into something without really understanding or without really going forward, but instead you are making sure that you are being accepting, but you're still watching things and making sure the foundation is where you want it to. So I would say just move forward a little bit hesitantly like that. Do one card, try to associate one word to each card rather than just going into big meanings overall. And don't rush yourself. Um, yeah, and try to pull cards for things you already know. It's not going to be like what's going to happen 10 months from now. Well, you don't really know if you've pulled the cards in the correct way. Focus on for today and don't over pull cards. That's not going to benefit you either. All right. So we will go with T first because T got in the chat first. You want to know how you're being viewed or perceived on social media right now. Let's check that out. And just to make sure, T, you're still in the chat here. Just let me know that you're still in the chat here, T, before I go forward. All right, I'm going to assume that you left. Or you're here. All right, that's good. All right. So T, let's see how you are being perceived within the social media realm. And then after that, we will do Sydney's question. So I would say overall, you're kind of being perceived as somebody who it's not out of reach, which means that you're not being somebody who you aren't. People aren't seeing you as somebody who is being disingenuous. You're being seen as somebody who is very caring, very friendly, but not putting on a show more than you could be or more than you are. People want to know more, though. There's people that are really looking to know more about you and looking to kind of dive in a little bit deeper more than you have put out there right now. So I'm not quite sure in what realm of social media that you are in, but you have people wanting to know more about you and people wanting to kind of perceive you in a little bit more depth. We have the King of Pentacles in the reverse on the bottom, which means overall don't be a little bit too... With these two cards here as your first card and your last card, the King of Pentacles can be a little bit self-centered or a little bit lavish focused, but with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, it's like don't try to make yourself feel or seem... What is the word? Like, don't play yourself down. Don't make yourself seem like, oh, I'm just like everybody else, but here's all my luxury stuff. You know, like I'm not quite sure in what way you are on social media, but keeping this energy of feeling genuine and having this connection to people around you because it's wanting them to continue to know more about you. You need to find balance between like showing off and being down to earth. That's kind of what this energy is going for here. But overall, I would say you're being perceived very greatly, especially with the Six of Cups and this Page of Swords in the reverse. That's people feeling a connection to you and wanting to know more about you. So I would say overall, it's pretty good, you know, in terms of people receiving what you're putting out there. Just watch on how much you're kind of putting out things that are lavish or feeling a little bit disingenuine. That's what I would say overall, but pretty good. Six of Cups and Page of Swords in the reverse. I like that. That's leaving people feeling connected and wanting more. Yeah. Overall quite nice. I hope that answers your question. No worries. Thank you so much, T, for allowing me to do your reading. Hi, Ja. All right. Yes, for sure you may get on the list. So Sydney, we will do your question. So it is just one question per reading. So Sydney, did you want to know if he misses you or will he be speaking to you? No worries. Thank you so much for liking and subbing. Would you like to be added to the list? For sure, we'll do if he will be speaking to you. Check that out. No worries. Thank you guys so much for coming. Be sure to like the video as well, everybody, if you haven't already. All right, so let's check this out. If he will be speaking to you, will he reach out? So overall, he would like to, but at this moment, he is not going to reach out. He's in this energy of that Page of Swords, which is watching, wanting to learn more, wanting to see the right opportunity, but he does not really want to put the work in and effort at the moment for an offer. So I feel like he wants this offer to make sure that it is going to be perceived and received in the right manner. And so to put the effort into this offer, he wants to make sure it's coming in the right time. So I would say at this moment, it does not look like he is going to reach out within the near future. However, he does very much want to in a way that is very romantic and filled with love. So I wouldn't worry too much about what his kind of intentions are or anything of that. But at this moment, he is making sure that it's going to work out when he does reach out. So if you want to give him like a little bit of a sign or something like that, that reaching out to you would be a good option. That's kind of what he's waiting for here. This Page of Swords is like, I'm going to wait until I see that jump, that able to be, you know, perceived in the right way and received, and then I'm going to come forward. So I would say not right now, but definitely in the near future, he will come forward with an offer. So I hope that answers your question. Hi Jenna, hi Vicky. For sure we can add you to the list. No worries, Sydney. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. All right, so now we are on Ja S. I hope I say your name right. But if you want to drop your question down below. Will you find real love, meet a good man soon? Let's check that out. For sure, Loretta, I'll add you to the list. So yes, you are going to meet somebody who is very stable in life. Somebody who is very romantic as well. Somebody who's going to come towards you and speak very passionately and very flirtatious towards you. Somebody who is going to bring new adventures in your life. It is an energy here of stability and overall fairness. Somebody who is just overall very, very nice in terms of partnership. I quite like this energy here. However, I don't think it is going to be soon. This energy here of major arcanas, especially when it comes to the Emperor, and this pentacles energy that is surrounding here, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be, within the next week or within the next month. I think this is going to take even longer of a time, especially in the bottom of the deck. We had these two figures here, which are longer energy. Then we have the card of waiting, the Seven of Pentacles. So with all this pentacles and this major arcana energy, I would say it is going to be something that is a much longer wait than you would be thinking of right now. Think of it this way: this person, even though they are somebody who is very stable in a position that is overall incredible, somebody who's very fair and has your best interests at heart here as well with the High Priestess, it is somebody who is walking the Page of Wands. They have good intentions. They intend to speak to you very flirtatiously and very passionately as well when they come about, but they are walking and taking their pace. They are somebody who is already stable overall, so they're not looking to really, rush into something. So I would say you are going to meet somebody who's very fair, balanced, and really has all their ducks in a row. However, it is going to be a little bit more time than you are thinking of originally. Um, Pentacles are more so the longest energy, years time. I'm not going to say this is going to take like 5 years. I don't think so. But I do think that this is going to be a longer energy rather than, tomorrow or next week, especially when it comes to the Emperor. Think of the Emperor as somebody who already has like their business together. They already have, all their stability, done uni work, done everything that they need to get their own life in order. So they're not really looking to rush things. They're looking to take their time and make sure that they are finding this balanced connection here as well, and something that progresses over time. So are they coming towards you? Yes. Just not tomorrow or next week. It is going to take longer than that, but somebody who's very balanced and already has all their ducks in a row is coming towards you. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. So I do apologize if I said your name wrong, but Amilka, are you here in the chat? For sure, we will check that out for you. Alright, so we have the energy of the World, Queen of Cups in the reverse, the Emperor in the reverse, Judgment, as well as the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So I would say yes, it does look like the Judge is going to rule at least partially in your favor. However, I don't think it is going to be completely in your favor. So this could be like half and half, whatever the situation may be, or where you're allotted a certain amount of time. where the children are with you, something like that. But it is where the judgment is going to be ruled. You are going to get a piece of the puzzle, but not the entire thing. So I do think that this is going to be a new cycle that comes about in your life, and it's going to require you to really be in tune with your emotions overall, but not be too upset about how the judgment or the situation is out of your control. So I don't think it is entirely going to be released back to you for the children, but because the Ace of Pentacles is here, even if it is in the reverse, it's that energy of you're still getting something of value out of this. So I would say partially perhaps being judged to be in your behalf there to release the children in your energy, but I don't think completely. How long it will take. You have three major arcanas plus the energy of the Ace of Pentacles being in the reverse, which is quite a while. It's something that is going to be an entire process because not only do we start off with the world, which is an entire cycle, but we end up with things being out of your control and then needing to pass the final judgment. So I do think that is going to take some time, quite a bit of time. I don't think it is going to be something that is very quick at all. It's already 4 months. Yeah, this is not short energy at all. This is not short energy. This is a very long energy here. This is a whole cycle. It's not something that is short at all. So I would say expect more time out of this. Don't expect it to just be done quickly. It is going to take a lot of time. All right, so I hope that answers your question. But with the judgment being called here and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, it is the energy of you getting something in your favor, at least a little bit of it. All right, so I hope that answers your question. But don't be too upset about things being out of your control. Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse, it's a situation you don't have control over, so don't allow it to emotionally kind of lead you astray. Keep your emotions intact and understand that things are going to be ruled and you're at least getting a little bit of the puzzle here, okay? All right, so we have some new people in the chat. So the list is still going. Yeah, I did change it. So at first I was doing just the first 5 free, but then there was kind of the same people as yesterday that came in. So I wanted to give everybody a chance. So I thought, why not we do just a free list today, and anybody that would like to donate can donate in a support, or if somebody would like to be bumped ahead to the top of the list instead of waiting at the list, then they could do so as well. So let me just update the list here. All right. For sure, Jenna. I don't know what happened there. That's a little weird. We'll check it out here. See what is going on. All right. So there's a need to transform the energy between the two of you. there's this need to open up, to not have the walls be so up between the two of you, or for things to want to be done only one way. There is this energy that I don't particularly like, this King of Pentacles in the reverse with the Magician in the reverse. This is an energy of somebody doing things that kind of benefits themselves, or really just offering this kind of breadcrumbs or this kind of peanuts in order to have a little bit more openness, or have a little bit more of an energy that is giving in them return, or to them in return. There is a transformation that's going on between this energy here, though. So I would say this person is really trying to transform the energy in between the two of you. They're still, though, in this kind of breadcrumbing type energy overall, rather than anything else. He does want to offer you this. It's kind of like a little bit, not really of a peace offering, but kind of an offering to say, I'm just going to offer you this little breadcrumb just to see if it opens up the door a little bit. Yeah, there's a cycle that needs to be closed off between the two of you, and I definitely think it's this energy here of just them wanting to do things by their own selves and really just focus. We see that on his own stability here, but he can't just breadcrumb you in order to have things the way that he wants things. That's a cycle that needs to be dropped between the two of you. We also have the Two of Cups in the reverse, which means that perhaps this is an opportunity here that is, unless it's transformed how this person is, then this is going to be something that perhaps would be lost overall, or something that needs to just be kind of put behind you, I would say, because this person not only has this energy where they were really creating things how they wanted it overall, then it is just going to be the energy of they're always going to use the ability or the excuse of their stability to kind of breadcrumb you, if that does make sense. So even though they've transformed into this energy of everything needs to be their way, now they've transformed into the energy that, you know, their stability needs to be done their way, and they're going to just give you the little bit that they can in order to have you kind of open the door to them. But I would say overall, this looks like a cycle that perhaps needs to be closed out between the two of you and left alone, I would say overall. They are transforming a little bit, so if you're open to kind of having that little bit of transformation, then you can go ahead with it. But I would say overall, this person just kind of looks like they're just kind of a breadcrumber, really. They would use, this is a type of person that would use this, you know, look how much I've transformed. I'm really working on my own stability, so this is all I can offer you at this time. Like, if you want to accept this, then we can go ahead and you can accept this, because look how much transformation I've made from this energy, and I'm becoming a better person because I'm working on my stability. That's the type of person. Yeah. So that might even be your stuff. Like, it's the bare minimum. It's offering you, Becca, this is personal readings that we're doing right now. So this could just even be your stuff. Like, it's offering the bare minimum. It's like, hey, you can come pick up your stuff from my house. I'm not offering you anything on top of your stuff, but you can come pick it up. Yeah. Yeah, this is, I would say close off this cycle. Don't repeat the cycle with this person. Yeah, I think if he can build up his stability and get out of this energy of kind of giving the bare minimum, then go for it. But at this moment, like, that's why I say with the transformation being there with that Two of Cups, because he can transform and allow it to be something more. But if he just doesn't transform and leaves things where it is, it'll just continuously end up in that yucky Two of Cups in the reverse energy. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. So currently we are doing free readings. Oh, awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, we just did the reading a little bit ago. That's awesome. So we are currently doing free readings. The list I just posted there. If you do want to jump up the list, it is a $5 donation. So if that's something that you would like to do, then I do really much appreciate it. If you would just like to donate after getting your reading, that's very much appreciated as well. But at least make sure that you're liking a video. That would be, fantastic if you could do that for me. All right. So Vicky, let's see if the Aries will reach out to you. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Sunflower. So overall, I would say no, it does not look like R is going to reach out. However, with them walking away, if they were the one that walked away within this connection, they are feeling like that was a regretful option for them to take. They are in this balancing of themselves and kind of doing a little bit of soul searching, but they feel like perhaps they missed out on this opportunity with this Two of Cups with you and are looking to have a little bit of less over control over the situation and might feel that they need to kind of find that balance within themselves now for having walking away from this opportunity. The bottom of the deck, though, is the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So it is this energy that they do kind of want to offer it, and they might have even lied and said that they didn't and walked away. But they are feeling like that was a very regretful option for them to choose. So I don't necessarily think that this Aries is going to reach out for you, but I do feel like they regretted their decision and walked away, but needed to walk away in order to find a little bit more self balance and self connection within themselves. But they definitely feel like this was a love opportunity that they missed out on here and even kind of ran away with their feelings there. So I definitely think that they regret that though. They walked away and they regret it now, but unfortunately, that's something that they've done. And even if the bottom of the deck energy is this wanting to come back around, it hasn't been brought up to the front yet. So keep in mind, this is like behind the scenes. This is behind the curtains. This is the actual show. So they've walked away, but they've come to the realization that they regret it, but they haven't come to the realization that they can still offer something and it's not a complete lost opportunity. So I would definitely say they have the opportunity to come back around, but I don't necessarily think that it's come in their noggin yet, that it's not completely lost. No worries. Thank you so much, Vicky, for allowing me to do your reading. You do have the fellow fire signs here, though, Sagittarius and Leo. But I feel like that's probably why that balance is coming up in their life here, and they've kind of lied about running away with their feelings, is perhaps they haven't achieved that emperor status yet. You're the Leo, yeah. And we saw that lost opportunity surrounding the Leo. Even the strength is in the reverse, so they lost it, right? So looking for a little bit of self-balance there before really realizing that he can come back around. So I hope that helped. I tried to see, but I don't think you posted your question in the chat. Did you want to just go ahead and post your question now? General for this month, next month? Sure, let's check that out. All right, so you have Judgment, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Cups in the reverse, Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So I would say that for the next kind of month and a bit here, you're really looking into the signs of the universe, and the universe is going to show you a lot more signs. It's going to really be amping up the energy that it's trying to direct you with. Really focusing on being more in tune with yourself and not feeling like you're out of options, but really discovering that you are your option. I would say that if you've been waiting for somebody to give you an offer, that offer doesn't look like it's coming in within the next couple of months. And that might be what this universe is trying to show you within the next bit, that there is no need to kind of wait for this offer or really look for any type of apology or new beginning without really diving into and seeing that within yourself and understanding where you are lacking that work in yourself or lacking that ability to see where you can kind of raise yourself instead of trying to find that to be given to you from somebody else. We see this 9 revert down to the 8 and this person bringing in the 1. And so that's why I get the energy here of really seeing that value that you have in yourself instead of seeing, you've brought yourself up to this person and now, or sorry, this point, and now you need this person to bring you up to this point, like you can bring yourself up to the 9 of Pentacles. You don't have to work so hard to now try and need that kind of validation from an outside source. You can give that to yourself. So I would say that the universe is really pushing you for the next 2 months to really see your own value and see how you don't have to feel out of options or feel misplaced or feel like you're lacking things in your life. The direction is coming towards you and that value is coming towards you, and you're already building it for yourself. So I think the next kind of 2 months is just really understanding that you don't need anything to be brought towards you. You're already creating it in your own reality here. So just trusting the universe for the next little bit is going to do you very good overall, and understanding that you bring all that you need to the table and you don't need anybody else to kind of bring you up that extra level here. So I hope that resonated. Oh, thank you so much. No worries. Thank you so much, Loretta, for allowing me to do your reading here as well. I do love the 9 of Pentacles card. That's one of my favorite cards. It's an understanding that you have the ability and the energy around you to create all that it is that you need to create. You don't have to worry about anything else or getting that energy brought up around you. You are that energy. All right, So let's see here. What are Bishop's feelings towards you? You are currently broken up. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for liking the video as well. I do really appreciate that. For sure, Christine, you may be added to the list. I'll add you right after I am done doing T's video here. If you did want to be jumped up to the beginning of the list, it'll just be $5 to the PayPal if that's something that you're interested in. No worries, Tatiana. Alright, so Bishop's feelings towards you, T, are feeling very stuck and guarded. It's this energy here where the situation, they really want you to have this resolution between the two of you, but they feel like things are so guarded right now and where you two are kind of at your own corners, not really seeing eye to eye, that they're not quite sure on how to fix the situation. They are really looking for this energy of being able to resolve this problem, but they feel like this time that they need to spend away here is going to bring them the realization that they need to in order to bring this kind of cooperation between the two of you. So I would say they really feel like they missed out on this opportunity of solid between the two of you, like stability, overall kind of root family stability. And it is something that once they get this realization, they're going to come running back around. But at this time, they kind of need to be in their own corner. Think of it the way that the kind of thing that really popped into my mind when I saw this card is like in the boxing ring when the two people finally go to their corners and they kind of have like a little timeout in between each other. That's what this really reminded me of. Is this person needs that kind of timeout space where they're not feeling like this disharmony is around this whole stability in their life, and they feel like they can kind of separate themselves to their own corner to go through the realizations that they need to about how to really gather themselves together and find cooperation overall and how to move out of this stuck energy and really stagnant energy. So I wouldn't worry too much about this connection. Do not try to be the Empress in reverse is kind of like a jealous lover or over controlling lover. So try to not be in that energy or try to control this person to be more affectionate as well, or come to you sooner than they want. But even as I pick this up, it's very soon, and we have this Knight of Swords come in here as well. So I don't think this is going to be a very long-term separation here. I do think it's going to be something that the two of you are coming together sooner rather than later, but there is some work that needs to be done on feeling kind of isolated within this connection or not seeing eye to eye and fixing the stability of the root of this connection here as well. So I would say they feel like, they kind of need their space for the time being. They need to get on the same page before they're able to come forward. But I do feel like they still had this opportunity here with you of having something very strong and stable, and it's something that they really would like with you as well. So I hope that answered your question. No worries. Thank you so much for coming to the live. So Ralph, if you would like a reading, I don't do any medical questions, so that would have to be something that is, you'd have to ask a different question. All right. So would you like to know if G will contact you or if he still has feelings? We just do one question for each reading. contact. Yeah, for sure, we will do that one. I'm not quite sure if I'll be posting this one or not. It depends on how long it takes for the file to be loaded. Because I'm doing it on my phone, it doesn't always load it right away, even if the video is done. Sometimes it'll be available on desktop, but it won't be available on mobile. So I'll just see now with the longer format on how it works for uploading it here. And then I will check it out and see. So maybe, but I'm not quite sure just as of yet. Alright, so we've got the energy here of the King of Swords, the Tower in the reverse, the Page of Cups in the reverse, and the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is some really, I want to use the word hard energy. And I don't mean hard as in like harsh or wrong or anything like that. This is somebody who is kind of putting it in like a brick wall or something like that. This person doesn't want to reach out or be the one to reach out. They want to reach out. Page of Cups in the reverse. They want to be able to offer some love, but they're not really looking to be the one to do it. They're being more in a stoic energy. They don't want to change. They don't want to be the one to initiate the change. And they're kind of looking out for their own stability at this moment. So even underneath the King of Pentacles is the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands and the Four of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who, underneath their stoic appearance, really would like somebody else to change the situation rather than them being it. They want to offer passion, they want to offer love, they want to come in really fast, but they don't want to be the one to be able to do it. That King of Swords energy is the really like, I'm gonna put some stone over my heart and I'm not really going to initiate the conversation. I'm going to think logically rather than emotionally. The Tower in the reverse, I don't really want to accept change. I don't really want to be the one to initiate change. And the King of Pentacles in the reverse, I'm just going to focus on myself for the time being and really focus on what brings me value at this moment, or what can I achieve value in. So like the job, money, things like that. But underneath this exterior, this person wants to be able to offer communication of love. They want to offer communication of power. They want to come in very speedy and offer, an offering that they refused to do so in the past. But they're so much in the stoic energy right now that I don't think that they're going to come forward with any type of communication while they're in this energy of not really wanting to change. So I would say underneath it, they really want to come forward. They really want to speak. They really want to offer something to you as well that is so kind of in the romance and love department, and a lot of passion. But it's just this energy where they would rather be cold than to be brought the cold, if that makes sense. Like they don't want to have that be rejected. So they're just not going to come forward and have any type of change to the situation here. So I hope that makes sense for you. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna reach out. They don't want that to be rejected to them in kind of the turnaround there. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. Jeanette, did you happen to post your question up above? If you did, would you mind just posting it again? What does your ex think of you currently? Let's check that out. So they think that you're really focused on being like kind of bringing up your own value or finding things that kind of bring you the care rather than focusing on caring for others at the moment. More focusing that energy on caring for yourself. They feel like perhaps you haven't quite seen the signs put out for the universe about this connection, or they feel like perhaps um, you haven't quite seen the signs that they've put out, is more so what I'm feeling. The Three of Cups is my card of reconciliation, and that was on the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Wands. So that's why I say the Judgment in the reverse is that energy of like you haven't quite seen the signs of them putting out this energy towards you. But they do feel like they have a lot of passion for you. That Ace of Wands, they are looking to kind of offer something passionate, but they feel like you don't really want to change the situation and you'd rather put in the effort towards yourself over anything else. But they've got a lot of passion for you. They'd like to spark up this connection here again, but they kind of haven't quite seen a sign from you about that energy, or they feel like you haven't quite seen them putting out the signs that they would like a reconciliation here as well. But that Queen of Pentacles energy that kind of forced itself out before I even really started shuffling the deck is like that self-care rather than focusing on building up the people around you. It's more so like they feel like you are kind of just focusing on caring for yourself, but they really feel a lot of passion towards you, and like if they had the opportunity to start up this connection again, but they feel like you don't want to really accept change right now. Yeah, yeah. You don't like him anyways. Well, we see that you don't want to change. You want to have the situation the way it is and focus on yourself. And they're like, can you just see the sign that I would like to have some passionate reconnection with you? And you're like, no, I'm just gonna focus on my own pentacles, focus on my own stability, focus on my own self-care. Don't really have a care to change the situation. So yeah, they would like to restart it. If you happen to change your mind about that, they would like to restart it. The Three of Cups is my card of like, if the opportunity were to present itself, they would like to have a reconciliation with you. So yeah, they think you're focused on yourself right now, even if they kind of put out the energy that they would like to have a return with you. Yeah. Yep. Don't know what you got till it's gone, right? So I hope that that reading went as you like. Fantastic. All right, so we will now do Sunflower's question. So why has Pisces not contacted you? So your Pisces has not contacted you because they feel like they're going to be rejected if they were to come forward with an offer. The Four of Pentacles as your first card is them really keeping to themselves. They're not really moved on to anybody. They're just keeping their pentacles to themselves. They would like to come forward with a love offer, but they feel like you're overthinking the situation a little bit more logically, or might come off a little bit more harsh than intended. And they just don't have the self-confidence at the moment to be able to think that their offer is going to be accepted in the way that they would like it to. So they're kind of resisting the opportunity to change, or resisting the change itself and really bringing forward this offer because they'd rather keep to themselves than to be rejected. We also have this I'm watching you card, the Page of Swords. So they are definitely keeping an eye on you to see what's going on. They would like a reconciliation and to end this separation here. So they want to offer you love. They want to offer a reconciliation. But they feel like now watching from afar is better than being rejected to their face. So that is why they have not come forward. They're not looking for anybody else right now. Four of Pentacles, they're really keeping to themselves. They're not offering those pentacles out. They're just being very guarded at the moment. So I would say no, they're not seeing somebody else. They just haven't come forward because they'd rather not come forward than be rejected. Queen of Swords here, even if it is in the reverse, they find that maybe you would be a little bit too harsh for them or to them rather than to be accepting of the offer. How long will this last? I can't say. If this person is not wanting to be rejected, as long as they feel like they are going to be rejected from you, then they're not going to come forward. And that might be why they're in this watching energy, because they feel like they're just going to be rejected over anything else. So until you kind of put out that sign to them that they're not going to be rejected, to that this opportunity is going to be accepted, then they're just going to be in a little bit of, a guarded energy. Yeah, they don't want to be they would rather not have any change in this connection than to not have the offer accepted and to have and to have themselves be open and be rejected. They'd rather be guarded and put away than have things change and for them not to be accepted. They don't want to be rejected at all. So I would, it depends on how they feel, like this is not a saying that they're coming forward. This is a saying that they're watching for a sign. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. So Kiki, are you still in the live? Bianca, are you still in the live? Hi, everybody that's just joining. Tatiana, are you still in the live? Awesome. So we will do yours. Christine and Jenny, are you still in the live? So Bianca, why is Alex taking so long to reach out? So Bianca, this one is yours here. So this is the energy here of feeling very restricted, feeling like they want to come forward. There is this energy of being able to really feel the emotions and feel that want, that need to come forward, but being very restricted either by their own mind or by other people telling them things of not to come forward within this connection, and just not seeing the signs of the possibility. They need to have a lot more connectivity within themselves and their higher selves, and just in their own mind here as well, because I feel like it's just them kind of talking themselves themselves out of it. They're like, I'm going to offer her something. I'm going to come forward. Look how much memories we shared. But then the universe is like, yeah, go forward. Go offer it. And they're like, no, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe she's not going to accept it. Maybe it's not going to go over that way. Maybe this is a lost opportunity. Like kind of talking themselves out of it. And that's the energy that they're kind of stuck in. So that's why they haven't come forward with an offer yet. Is they want to, they feel this memory, they feel the connectivity to you, and then they go and talk themselves out of it. So that is why they have not come forward just as of yet. It's this energy that they haven't been able to really find that courage or find that balance within themselves, that they're able to come forward and to continue to talk themselves into offering this. So that's why they haven't come forward. They're not having that balance within themselves, or to be able to see the signs of the universe. So for that question, you got the 9 of Cups. So yeah, 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, you're going to get what you're looking for. So I would say go ahead, reach out. He wants to. He just kind of trapped in your own mind. And this is a 9 as well. Or sorry, an 8. So it's that progression to the 9. So it's that progress, the lack in progress, a stop from progress. So I would say, yeah, go ahead, reach out. There is this energy of wanting to, and just kind of talking himself out of it. So I would think if you reach out, that would be fine. So I hope that answers your question. But the Knight of Cups is the energy of like wish fulfillment, bringing that together. The Six of Cups is that energy of connectivity, of having that energy, having that connection, and that feeling of nostalgia between the two of you. So yeah, I would say go ahead, reach out. You're going to get the wish fulfillment there as well. Lovely card. Just don't be forceful with the reach out, right? Make sure that you are connecting with this person as a friend first. And then, don't just all of a sudden go from no contact to, hey, what you doing? Should we get back together? Like be a friend with this person first. So Jenny, did you happen to be in the live? Christine, I see you're still here, so we will do your reading. No worries, Bianca. I wish you the best of luck. So Christine, whoa, dropping all the cards. Let's do your reading here. Should you walk away or stay, or will he walk away? I don't mean to laugh, but I find this funny. You guys have come up in a divine pair, but both very much in the opposite. Like, you're the the Empress, and then we got the Emperor here, and they're not seeing the signs of everything, but needing to heal from the heartache that perhaps the two of you have caused each other, of being in the reverse. So there's this energy of like a little bit of jealousy of love, kind of comparing perhaps yourselves to other connections or how things have gone differently in love for others, and then needing to control the situation. So I'm not quite sure which side of the table that you fall on. Definitely not every time the lady has to be the lady. But you guys aren't seeing the signs that you are a great pair. So I would say stay in this connection. It is something that whatever has happened between the two of you to cause a little bit of a rift is going to be healed. Now, the Three of Swords is saying the scar is still in the heart, but it is something that is going to be healed. The bottom of the deck is another 3. The 3s are all about expansion. 3 of Pentacles, which is building foundation between the two of you. So I would say rework the foundation of this connection, really work together with this person, and to help get them out of either the energy of feeling like a little bit of a jealous lover, or feeling like they can't control the situation. Yeah. So I wasn't going to say, but 3 is all about, third party as well. Doesn't always have to be, but when repeats of threes, it might be. So he feels like he needs to control the situation, and you are feeling like love is not working the way that you want it to. And so you guys are going to be in this energy here of needing to rework the foundation and understanding that the heart can heal, but the scar will still remain, and you need to see how the two of you can work together. Now, it isn't going to be beneficial if you remain in the energy of, the Empress in the reverse. You have to understand that the Empress is a loving, caring, nurturing energy, and you need to nurture this situation in order to build it back together if that's how you would like to move forward with things. You can rebuild this foundation, but it is completely up to you. The Two of Swords is that, take that time away and to decide for yourself. So if you would like to decide, the 2 is going to move up to the 3 and progress into this healed heartache. He won't feel like he has to control or over control the situation as long as the two of you work on rebuilding the situation. You'll move from this energy of being in the reverse to being content within this love in the upright position. But the two of you need to see the signs of how well you can work together as long as you've rebuilt the foundation of this connection. If you decide to just build off of what you've got now, it is not going to work out. You will still remain in this reverse energy, which is quite a jealous energy and quite an over controlling, needing to have things their own way type of energy, and you'll find cycles repeat themselves. But as long as you are able to decide that you're going to heal from this and move forward, then the Three of Pentacles will come in and you'll rebuild the connection, rebuild the foundation, and be able to move forward. So I would say go ahead, stay in it. As long as you've made that decision, though. This is like saying you are moving forward and healing from this. You have decided to take that step and heal, right? Right? So then you need to decide that you are going to put this behind you and continue to heal from this and move forward. Understand that the scar will still be there, but it is something that you have to decide. If you don't decide and you try to rebuild with this, it's not going to go very good. All right? But if you decide that you're going to leave this in the past, heal from it, and rebuild this connection and this foundation, you will see things be a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, as I was splitting the deck, the Queen of Cups in the reverse came out, which is kind of the same as the Empress, just not as strong. It's saying you're allowing your emotions to guide how things are going, and allowing your emotions to overguide yourself instead of allowing logic. And that's why the logic card has come out here of deciding things, separating yourself, and seeing how things truly are. And I think that's where you see the signs of how much of a pair this is here, and how much of this energy is connective, and how you can rebuild this connection here. But you need to work together. All right? You need to rebuild the foundation of this connection, the partnership. So I hope that that helps, but this is the first one that I've done on the live where this pair has come out. This is a very strong connection of the two of you being great pairs, great partnership here as well. Yeah, both stubborn. Empress and Emperor. I wouldn't expect anything else. And that's why when one is in the reverse, the both are in the reverse. Because if you're going to have your way, I'm going to have my way too. So rebuild, teamwork in this connection, and you'll see things change. All right, so I hope that helps. No worries. Thank you so much, Christine, for allowing me to do your reading. Alright, so if those that are in the live, just because I added people to the list before and then they've gone and disappeared, so if those that are in the live can just let me know that they're in the live right now, just say here. That way I know who's actually here and who is not. Yes. I did call you a little bit back there and I never got a reply. Oh, thank you so much, Crystal. Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah, I think too, the best part of how I do my readings is if you want a reading, then you why would I stay and listen to someone's readings? I'm not quite sure. I did ask if you were here. I never said I was skipping you. I just asked if you were here. So if you were here, then we could do your readings. But I don't particularly like how you responded to that one. So I'm going to say thank you so much for coming, but I think I don't particularly want to do your reading if that's how you're going to respond. But how I do the readings is I just welcome the energy. I don't expect you to purchase anything. If you'd like to donate, that's fantastic. If you'd like to jump to the line, that's fantastic. But I've seen a lot of readings where people ask you to like purchase different spells and things like that, and I don't do that. I'm not gonna punish you for the circumstance of your reading. Like to me, that doesn't make sense. All right. So Crystal, did you put in the PayPal what your question was, or did you want to just type it in here? So the list is not closed. I was just doing a roll call to see who's in here because I did add some people to the list before, but then they didn't say anything. But right now, Crystal just donated, so we'll do her list, then we'll do her question, and then we'll update the list. So just hold on 1 second. No worries, Loretta. Thank you so much for coming. What's going to happen between you and Christopher for the rest of the year? Let's check that out. I love the 2 6s. Beautiful progression. All right. So we're going to have some nice energy for the middle of the year. The end of the year is going to be a little rough. Not rough like anything, traumatic happens. The beginning of the year is going to be a little bit slow. Might see a lot of time to yourselves. If you're not together, it might be a time where you guys are a little bit separate, really focusing on your own selves, and really changing your perspective individually on how things can move. I do like the middle of the year though. Double sixes is a really nice energy. It's a lot of progression, a lot of focusing and kind of bringing up those memories from past and feeling very successful and confident with the connection moving forward. So if you guys aren't together, I would say the beginning of the year, it looks like that separation, and then a bit of a coming together for the middle of the year. The end of the year, I would say watch the overall control of the situation. Don't try to feel like you need to control it or you need to put in all the effort to it. It might be a little bit of a relaxed end of the year. Don't feel like you need to put more effort in or feel like the distribution of effort is not what you're looking for. I think it's a really, I think it, because the middle of the year is such a high, that when it comes to the end of the year, when you go through, like, say this was the honeymoon stage. And then all of a sudden, this is a realization after the honeymoon. Just because there's that dip, don't feel like, things are not going the way you want them to, or you're going to put in more work than Christopher is. Just because there was such this nice flow back and forth in the middle of the year. So I would say the end of the year, focus on how much effort you feel like you're overexerting yourself or feel like you need to try to control the situation. Just relax, take your foot off the gas and off the brake and coast for a little bit. I would say it does look very good for progression wise, but you might then feel that stagnancy again at the end of the year. So if you're not together, I would say the middle of the year, it looks like it's coming back around and having a little bit of movement and confidence come back into this connection. But the beginning of the year, it looks like a little bit of self work and seeing things from a little bit of a different angle for yourselves. Even on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, which, if you haven't said you're single, I would pretty much guess that you're single right now. We also have that hesitancy to come together, and I think that's why it takes the beginning of the year here to come together if you're not already single. You can correct me if I'm wrong there. But with these both individual cards, the self kind of looking through things, looking at things at a different angle, doing that little bit of self-work, and then having this hesitancy of coming together, I would pretty much guess that the two of you are not together at this time. So would you happen to be together, or would you guys be separated at this time? We also have the energy of Leo, Pisces, Virgo, and Libra. So those particular months could be either ups or downs within this relationship. In Augustish time, really let go of control, allow things to flow as they need to. I forget when Libra is, but don't be so hesitant to try new things around that season. In the September-ish Virgo time, really allow things to look around yourself and see how yourself can change the energies around you. And Pisces season, what is Pisces? I think that's around March. Pisces, be open to, people changing your perspective. We're friends right now. Yeah, that's where I see these two individual style, where it's not completely as it together, but that's when I see things start to progress into a better energy the mid of the year, where you two have brought through this memories, energy, and this confidence to really connect a lot better. But don't worry too much about the end of the year. Really let go of control around the end of the year, and focus more on not the reward from the effort that you've put in. Like, don't put a timeline on this relationship or expect things to have happened by a certain time with it either. That's what this kind of ending of the year energy is. Don't try to expect it. Just because something has been brought up this certain long doesn't mean it needs to be hit this time period or hit this milestone within this connection. But I do see a really nice progression overall. I would say a lot more, you're going to have a lot more confidence and connectivity of this connection in the middle of the year, and a lot of change of perspective here as well. So I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what you were looking for, but I would say it's a nice overall year. Hi Kiki, yes you did miss yours. I like this. Bottom of the deck, underneath this, King of Cups, Ace of Cups, bringing in a love offer, feeling like they are fulfilled emotionally and they're able to bring forward love. And not only love, but the King of Cups bringing forward the Ace of Cups. So bringing forward what he knows and what is true to him here as well. So I quite like that. I would say more so the middle of the year is when things would turn to a relationship rather than the beginning of the year. So I don't, if you're not here, I don't do the reading. So it's not something that you would have to be able to look back, just because for those that are here within the readings, I don't want to do an energy of somebody that feels like I'm peeking behind somebody's curtain. So I'm not going to do a reading for somebody that's not here. So I hope that answers your Crystal. Your question, Crystal. Sorry. All right. So we have 6 people in here. Sorry, if you can just again say that you're here, that would be fantastic, and then I'll just make the list. No worries, Crystal. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. So it's not too late to look. I can't speak. Not too late to join, but unfortunately, it'll just bump you at the bottom of the list. Yes, Jenny, you did miss your turn as well. So we can either just put you at the bottom of the list, or if you'd like to, you can do the $5 donation and it would bump you right back at your spot. All right. So you wanted to get clarification about your ex, Alyssa. So let's get some clarification about ex, Alyssa. So this card came out and hit me. So it might be something that the coldness that you're feeling, or the distance between the two of you right now, the energy that's not quite the same as it used to be, is really hitting hard to the both of you. And that's what I take, because not often one of my cards hits me. It's only when the message is like quite prominent. We also have the sun, so any question that you've been answering or asking yourself is a yes. If you asked it during this reading, it is a yes. So we have the energy of the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So overall, thinking very emotionally logical about this situation. I would feel between the two of you, you guys are very balanced as individuals. However, there is a lack of being able to find that balance together and being able to come together and close off this energy that's a little bit cold between the two of you. I would say that they are very much feeling that coldness between the two of you, or that lack of being able to make things balance and make things as they were before. But I feel like that heavy, that if you were asking yourself a question, it's heavy on the sun. Like, for some reason, I really want to hyper focus on the sun and say that if you were to offer this, if you're looking to offer this, you would result in a yes. The Ace of Pentacles, to me, it has a bit of a different reason. I have this when it comes to exes to say that, the offer that's being offered might not be as shiny and as new as if it had been offered this way in the original setting. So this would say that if you are going to offer anything to your ex, Alyssa, it would be accepted. It's not going to be viewed in the same way that it would be had you offered the stability right off the hop, but it is something that would be accepted. Yeah. Yeah, this coldness between the two of you is something that is going to be very difficult to overcome, especially for the fact that this this pentacle is not the same value as it would be originally, right? So you would want this Ace of Pentacles to knock you up to the Six of Pentacles, which would be a very balanced situation. However, when it's not the same value, this coldness is going to be felt very hard between the two of you. So it is going to be something that is going to be difficult to overcome, but you need to be emotionally level about this and continue to be in an energy where you're emotionally sound. I would think that you need to kind of take this scenario and go a little bit of a different manner. So don't really, I wouldn't say to ask her to prove it. I would say ask, like, because the offer is not coming up in the same value, right? So even if you are the one offering it, it's not coming up into the same energy as it was before. So I would say mend the coldness between the two of you. Don't go in as a fight, because asking to prove it, that's fight energy. That's really not really in the energy of balancing things out. Yeah. And this is what's saying is you are in that energy of being able to move forward, right? You have the emotional capability of moving forward, but it's gonna hit you hard, this coldness between the two of you. I would say switch up how you're approaching the situation, because to be very honest, the way that you're approaching it is very harsh. Especially when there's already coldness between the two of you, offering something that doesn't really feel like an offer is not going to bridge the coldness between the two of you. Bring more positivity into this, um, and you will find a change. Yeah. And that's like you have this winter storm between the two of you. You have this cold, but you're not offering all what you could be offering with them. You could offer some positivity and offer some warmth to this cold. So kind of befriend them again. Don't try to be in this energy where they need to come, like you're coming towards them but asking them to fix things. And that's not in a very nice energy, because if they wanted to fix things in the way you did, they would have come to you. But instead, you're going, hey, I'm offering you this, come to me. And that's not really in the energy that they're looking for. Bottom of the deck, Tower in reverse, not really wanting the change. So you need to change your approach there. That approach is not going to get you what you're looking for. It's going to get you more harshness here, more cold. So you would get a yes. 100% you would get a yes. But your approach is not functional for the way that this connection needs to work. I don't feel she's moved on. Not with how strong this. I'll tell you right now, this yes, my cards for yes and no, sun and moon, they've only come out very rarely. They don't come out if the Leo wants to come out, it'll show the strength card. It has that option too. But the Sun is a yes, which means if you ask her, she'll say yes, but you need to ask her in a different manner. So I hope that helps. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. Alright, so that will be the end of our free list, the list that I just posted there. If you do want a reading and you're not on that list, then it will be $5 for the reading. The link is for the PayPal there if you would like a reading. So, Bree, if you wouldn't mind posting your question, that would be fantastic. Whoops. Who or what is coming towards you in love? All right. So I would say not necessarily coming towards you, but there is this energy here of a King of Cups that would like to really mend their decision. So I don't know if you necessarily had somebody walk away here, but there is this energy of regret of making the wrong decision, and I feel it was from this King of Cups. They see you as this Queen of Wands here, somebody who's very beautiful but focusing on their passions, and there might have been some heartache between the two of you here, perhaps even a Pisces. But I feel like there is this person here that would like to come forward, but hasn't quite gotten the energy to, because they're in a little bit of a self-realization, or what should they do type realization, rather than coming forward towards you. So that's what I feel in your energy. Is this person who was around you previously that made a regretful decision when it came to this connection, and even though you might have been healed from it, they're still kind of lingering around in your energy. I don't really know if you are in the energy, though, to be very committed at this time. The Queen of Wands in the reverse is an energy of kind of doing your own thing, following your own passions, and just doing, your own thing. So I don't know necessarily if you're very interested in this person coming back around, or if you're looking for something new, but this person is very much still in your energy. We also have Virgo and Scorpio on the bottom of the deck here as well. So that energy of kind of taking that time away to look at things from a little bit of a different perspective and having change and transformation. No worries. Just as I split this deck here, we also have I hope to bump into you every day. I feel like this person very much regrets the decision that they made, but they needed a really big wake-up call to change their life. They have two cards of seeing things from a different perspective and having a lot of change and transformation within themselves. Yeah, so I wish you the best of luck with this. But you seem I quite like the Queen of Wands in the reverse energy. I like the Queen of Wands in any type of her energy. She's very much focused on her passions and doing things that really just make her feel fantastic. Like doing the things that bring her the fire. So yeah, I would say whoever this is that was in your energy previously, they very much regret their decision and they're kind of lingering around your energy. So I am doing readings right now. If you would like a reading, it is $5. The link there is in the PayPal link above. No worries, Bree. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I actually got kicked off of TikTok. Some stupid reason. Not quite sure why they decided to do that. The first time I got kicked off, as they said, it's nudity. I don't understand what is nudity of this, but apparently it was. The second time I got kicked off is because authenticity issues, and I was like, what the heck? What does that even mean? But they don't give you any explanation. They just kick you off, stop your live. So I was like, okay, thank you very much. So now we're doing them on YouTube. All right. So Alo, are you still in the chat here? Awesome. So if you could post your question, that would be fantastic. What will happen between you and Eduardo? He is a Cancer. Fallout. And no communication. So it will always be my Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm not quite sure what that would be for you, but right now I'm on Saturday. So 2 days ago, and then in 3 days. So if that is still your Saturday as well. Because I know there were some issues for those in Australia where they were getting mixed up. Yeah, so Kiki, you are right after Alo here. So let's see what is going to happen between you and Eduardo. All right. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Star in the reverse, and the Tower in the reverse. So I think this is a situation that you are really waiting for it. You are really hoping for it to come towards you. But at this time, I don't necessarily think that there is the amount of effort within a side of him to be able to come forward and to change this connection and to change himself in the way that he needs to for this connection to work. You are very much in this energy here of the Three of Wands, of kind of working on yourself, but still opening the door, waiting. And he is more so in this energy of, feeling like things haven't quite worked out in the way that they should have for the effort being put in, or feeling like it requires a little bit more effort than he has capable with inside of himself to put inside of this connection. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done as individuals, and I think that this is a change that needs to be accepted between the two of you that has been resisted. The Tower in the reverse for this case scenario is something that, it was broken down in order for you to rebuild, but rebuilding doesn't need to be rebuilding together always. Yeah. I feel like that hurt his feelings because he was putting in all the effort that he could have put in or felt like he could have put in, and it still was not enough to see, like, to reap the rewards of it, And so you were waiting for more of that effort, holding in hope, but he was trying to put in all that he felt he could. And unfortunately, it does look like perhaps there's just this healing that needs to go on as individuals and understand that the situation broke down because it needed change, and change needs to be accepted as you go along on your own. Even like the bottom of the deck, Page of Wands, wanting to communicate, come forward saying, I'll bring this new energy, I'll bring this new adventure, and then it just ends up in some hurt, and it ends up even more hurt than it was before. Now, I can't necessarily say who this is, but because of the thing that ties these cards together for me visually is the colors, and we have the black, the black, the black. So I think that this is a situation here where he's going to try, or you're even going to try to restart this with the green. But situation is going to end up more hurt for him, looking towards the past to see what he could have done and feeling like there was no cooperation for moving together, moving forward together, or having that steady pace where somebody is not always ahead of the other. So I think this is just a case scenario where, even if you were friendly with this person and you felt like things could have worked out, you're just at two different levels. Um, that it's not something that, like, if you rebuild it, I feel like it's just going to end up in a tower, because I feel like you are more either wanting more or more advanced than he is. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. Yeah, that's why I say too, he's just gonna look towards, I put them back in there, but the Ten of Swords, it's gonna revert him back in this cycle where he's always just looking towards the past, and that's why I feel like he is a little bit more behind than you are. All right. So Kiki, did you have your question ready? So how does he feel about meetup? Is that the buffering? Before I go forward. It's buffering? Yeah. Are you guys able to hear me? I have another monitor open on my side so that I can see when it goes buffering, but that doesn't show me when you guys are able to, hear me, because I have it on silent. It's good now? Okay, fantastic. All right, so let's get going with Kiki's question. So how did the Sagittarius feel about you two meeting up yesterday for the first time? All right. So I see it's a little behind in the live video, but I hope that you guys can hear me all right. So They felt like they had the opportunity where they weren't quite sure if they should come forward as somebody who's flirtatious or somebody who's romantic. They felt like they were battling themselves inside to come forward that way. Super happy that the two of you were able to meet up. They not only have the lovers, but they have the Ace of Cups here as well. So really looking forward that energy of being able to come forward with that love, but they felt like they weren't quite able to see the signs of how they should come forward. Should they come forward a little flirtatious, or should they come forward as a little bit of love? I feel like they came forward more as a flirtatious person because the love cup is in the reverse. They do feel like they wanted to start a new cycle and they closed out this old cycle with you, or in the meantime are closing out the old cycle, but they're still having a hard time trusting not only their intuition but the signs of the universe on how they should come forward and come about this connection. There is a lot of love here, lovers and the Ace of Cups. There's a lot of love here within this connection, but they're still having that inner battle within themselves. Even underneath this, we have the Two of Swords, that overthinking a little bit, not quite like the Nine of Swords overthinking, but still in your head trying to decide back and forth. And when that's paired up with the Seven of Wands there, that's kind of like an inner battle of going back and forth. We've got the Reconciliation card here. So they're looking to reconcile with you. They're looking to come together with you and have this energy of love and offering. But just know this person is going to be very back and forth of how they should come forward or how they should kind of talk and interact with you, just because they're not quite good at picking up the air that's going around here. But they felt really good. They felt really good, not within themselves of trusting themselves on how they should speak and interact, but they felt a lot of love, a lot of passion here, and like things were unfinished between the two of you, and they have the possibilities of restarting here. So I would say good, 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 good. They felt good. Judgment in the reverse can also say that if you were trying to throw out signs, it didn't help them on how they should interact. They really weren't able to pick them up, and that might have threw them into their own little bit of a loop here of going back and forth, how they should kind of be flirtatious or a little bit loving. They really had a hard time picking up your signs on how you were putting it out on how they should act here as well. But I would say they overall felt really good. They wanted to offer you something a little bit more because of how strongly they feel this partnership is. But they just weren't quite sure the air on how to come forward with that. So I would say they felt really good. A lot of conversation movement flowing in here. Really nice energy, I would say, here as well. But they do want to give you this Ace of Cups. They do want to come forward with this love offer here. They're just not quite sure of themselves on how to come forward and speak. Yeah. You've known each other for almost a year. Yeah, and I still think this person is having a really hard time picking out your signs that you're giving them. But commitment, I would say, yeah. The Lover's card and the Ace of Cups, they really want to offer you romance and offer you love, but they came forward as somebody flirtatious because that's the one that won the battle out of being flirtatious or romantic. And I would say don't kind of give this person signs that are hard to pick up. Be very clear and direct with this person because I don't feel like they are able to read in between the lines. I think they overthink that, and it doesn't help them. It makes them more confused. So be very direct with this person. They do want to come forward with the love, though. They have a lot of love here, a lot of passion to bring forward to you as well. Really nice. Yeah. And maybe your overthinking brings out that energy in them and they're kind of confused as to how they should come forward with that conversation. But I would say really nice connection the two of you have. No worries. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. All right, Jenny, did you have your question ready? Oh, let's check it out. Let's see. So I would say that he left to find something else. He wasn't quite happy with the work that he was doing, found something else that was better, wish fulfillment, found something nicer, had a better option. Really decided about this option though, but he felt like this lack of option here when it comes to work and the work that was going on, he found something else better to make him a little bit happier and went towards that. We have the Six of Cups and the Knight of Swords. He might have went back to a job he left in the past, regretted his decision of going to this job and leaving the other one, and didn't really like the work that was being put in here, so he ran back to the past, where he found a little bit more of that wish fulfillment and happiness over there. So I wouldn't really worry too much about him. I just think that he didn't really like the work that was going on here, or the effort, or the reward that he was feeling about the work that he was doing, and left to go find something else. Most likely something from the past that brought him a little bit more happiness overall, or a little bit more wish fulfillment. Yeah, sometimes people leave. Sometimes people have work lives and they're completely different at work than they are in person. But this might have been split decision though. Two of Swords in the reverse could be split decision, not taking a lot of time to think about it. So we are doing the $5 readings now after Jenny. So if you would like a personal reading, it is $5. The link is up above for the PayPal. So I wouldn't be surprised though here if he did leave to find something else. Because this is overall of not really liking the work that's being put in, not finding value or reward in the effort that you're putting into work. No worries. Thank you so much, Jenny, for allowing me to do your reading. So I've been on live now for about 2 hours and 40 minutes almost. So we are going to do last call if anybody does want the personal reading done, just because it's getting a little late here. So last call, it will be the $5 for the readings now. If anybody is still interested in it, but we will close it out as soon as we hit 240. Hi, so if you would like a reading, it is $5. The link is the link for my PayPal there. So for a collective message from the message from your person cards, we have ego, how can I make things right, and you're what I've been dreaming of. So this is the overall energy of somebody really allowing ego to get into their way over anything else. They understand that it is in their power to make things right. They're just like not really quite sure on how to do so because they really allow that ego to play a larger role than anything else. You are what I've been dreaming of. This person sees the qualities that are inside of you and feels those are the qualities that they have been really much in search of for quite some time, but they really just allow that ego to take over things overall rather than focusing on how they can make things right. They allow the ego to talk things out of making them right or talk them out of believing that that was up to them to make things right. On the bottom of the deck, we have separation and priorities. They prioritize things over top of dealing with the issues within this relationship, and that has led to a separation here. And that's a strong separation with things being on the bottom of the deck, that separation card. It is very much present that the two of you have been separated because of this person really probably lacking the responsibilities in order to keep this connection going, lacking the ability to prioritize you within this connection, and also lacking the ability to tell you that you are what they've been dreaming of. Because had they told you that, and had they had the ability to mend this connection and prioritize you, then there would not have been a separation here. But with the ego being the first card, they really allow that ego to come forward and do the talking here. They really allow that ego to come out. And I feel like even if they're like, how can I make things right? And then they're like, oh, well, I might have done this to my person, but my person did this to me. And so they're like, how can I make things right? But the shoe is to them never quite fitting. They always feel like the ego talks them out of making things right because you could have made things a little bit different. And even if they recognize that, they could have tied the shoe a little bit differently and it would have perfectly fit. They just don't have the ability to see that because of that ego. And I feel like this is something they're still overcoming. I don't necessarily think that the ego is something that they've completely overcome just as of yet. So we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant, and the King of Swords. This person's not going to come forward with any type of apology or any type of offering. Again, ego. They also feel like they are the one that has to be a little bit too stoic, has to be the one that is, guiding their feelings, and they want to make things right, but again, they're not going to allow them to show that they want to make things right. And this all determines this very long-term commitment that's going on here. It's all revolving around the stability of a long-term commitment and having that possibility here as well. So I would say this person has a lot of work to overcome this ego to be able to offer anything. It's going to take them quite some time. They do want to offer a little bit of an apology and a new beginning, but again, it's going to take them getting over this cold exterior and a little bit of an interior to offer that and get their priorities in a little bit more of a line. So I think that is where we'll end things for today. My phone is almost dying and I don't want to shut it off mid-reading. So if anybody did donate today, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, especially for supporting me here on the YouTube channel as well after TikTok decides to do what TikTok does and, make things a little difficult. I thank you guys so much for coming over here on the YouTube channel and supporting me here as well. So thank you guys. I will do perhaps another pop-up on the weekend, but I'm not quite sure if it will be the free readings or what we'll do for that. We'll try and see. But make sure you have your notifications on and we'll go from there. If not, I will be back on Tuesday for the zodiac sign readings, and you can get a personal reading with a link in this bio here as well. There is a sale. If you buy a personal reading, you can get a message from your person 50% off, and those were these cards here. Use the code message50 at checkout and it'll be able to get you 50% off. No worries, Loretta. Thank you so much for coming. I will end the live here though because I don't want my phone to shut off and be talking mid-sentence. So thank you guys so much for coming to the live, and I hope to see you in the next one.